This is my favorite time of year because it's time to start making jack-o'-lanterns. All right, folks, it's this time of year when I get a jump start, I'm making these awesome looking jack-o'-lanterns. These sell like hotcakes and you can make a big profit selling these, or you can just make a few for your own spooky decorations around your house. I think my design's a little bit different and they're pretty cool and people really like them. So if you stick around in this video, I actually made some plans this year, which are pretty neat plans, and I'll tell you how to get the plans a little bit later in the video. And every year I try to make my projects just a little bit better. So when I started making these, I used the little fairy light, digital lights. Those worked okay, but they were kind of a hassle. Last year I switched to these chem lights. You crack them and put them in, and they didn't work as good as I thought. They didn't last very long and they weren't that bright. This year, boy, I went to these digital LED lights, and what a game changer for these things. You just put some batteries in them, they last forever. You can set timers, you can change the color on them very easily. One remote, as long as you move it close, can do multiples, and you can do it where they just cycle through the colors. Again, you can set timer for 30 and 60 minutes. I'll tell you about this more later in the video, but these lights were a game changer. And at night in the dark, these things glow so bright, they look so cool, and you can pick so many different colors with just a click of a button. So awesome. And also, one cool thing about my design is the lid is reversible, so when you store them, you just turn the lid upside down, it fits snugly in there, and look at that, lid doesn't come off. So then you can stack them without fear of breaking the stem off. And you know, you're gonna wanna make multiple of these, and so you're gonna wanna stack these up for storage, and they store really easily. So in this video, I'm gonna take you through the building process. It's not that difficult, but I do give you some tips and tricks that will help you out in the building process. And again, I'll show you how to download the plans later in the video. So I make these with just a single cedar fence picket, one of my favorite go-tos. Locally, I get these for about $4 a board, and gosh, they just make these projects so easy. I know in some areas, these aren't so easy to come by. I hear in the comments all the time that you guys can't find the cedar fence pickets. Especially, I got a lot of viewers across the pond over in England, and you know, it doesn't have to be cedar. It can be pine or birch or whatever wood you guys got over there. I just use 1/2 inch thick by 6 inch nominal, whatever that is in millimeters. I don't know the math. But over here in the States, just a single 6-foot cedar fence picket works just great, and it's pretty cheap. And before we begin, I got something personal to go over with you guys. Many of you have followed me since I started my YouTube channel a couple years ago, and you know that I do this part-time. I've been working a full-time job, and that demanded a lot of hours from me. And so my woodworking and my YouTube channels and doing some craft fairs here and there really sucked up every minute of my free time. I'd be getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning sometimes because I sell some templates and stuff online too to you guys. And I get orders. I get up at 3 or 4 in the morning to get the orders out, get them out. I go to work for 10 or 12 hours a day, come home. And on the weekends, I'm trying to do YouTube videos and plus keep the lawn mowed. And I have wife and 3 kids, and my boys are out of the house now. But this was my retirement plan, was to kind of build this YouTube channel for a little bit of income to help supplement my retirement. Well, I was recently let go from my position. They don't need my what I did anymore. So after, boy, 40 years in the industry I was in, I find myself unemployed for the first time in my life. So I am going to put 100% of my effort into this for you guys to make better content for you on a more ongoing basis. And I'm hoping to get better videos to you more often. So I think a lot of the videos I've done have struck home, and I think I bring a lot of value to you guys. I try to do free plans and other things. So yeah, so stay tuned. I think it'll be good. And check out the links below. I do have some free plans, and for these jack-o'-lanterns, I sell some awesome templates. I added more this year. I have more than ever before, and they're on sale now. So help support me if you can. Check out the links below, and stay tuned because I'm going to be bringing you a lot more content here real soon. So thanks, everyone. So the first step here is optional. I run the boards through the planer first and get the boards nice and smooth, get the roughness off, and it also gets the boards a consistent 1/2 inch thickness. You know, these boards aren't exactly the same thickness when you get them from the store, and if I'm batching out a bunch of these, I want all the boards the same thickness. If you don't have a planer, don't worry about it. It's not that critical of a step. Now on the table saw, I want to rip these boards to 5 1/4 inch. And you'll see on this board, since I've let these boards dry out, it has shrunk down to just a hair over 5 1/4. So I'm just barely taking off a little bit here. But on other boards, they might be 5 1/2 inches or even wider. So it's real important to rip these to a consistent width. And 5 1/4 I found is about the right width for these boards. So now onto the miter saw. If you don't have a miter saw, don't worry about it. You can use a hand saw or a skill saw. Just make sure your cuts are at 90 degrees. And so we'll need 5 of the 8-inch long pieces. And I set up a stop block so all the pieces are the same length. And then I'll move the stop block over to cut the next piece, which is 6 1/4 inch, and we only need one of those. And the final two pieces are just 5 1/8 inch long, but you'll see the width is only 4 1/8 inch wide. So you'll need to rip those down to 4 1/8. And don't throw away the scrap because we're going to need that to make the stem. Okay, so here's all the pieces to make one jack-o'-lantern. If you did plane the boards down to 1/2 inch, you're going to have 5 pieces at 8 inches long, 1 piece at 6 1/4 inches long, and 2 pieces at 5 1/8 inches long. And if you didn't plane them down to 1/2 inch, that's okay. All you'll need to do is adjust the length of these just a hair so they fit perfectly. So to get your free plans for this project, all you have to do is comment plans below in the comment section, and I'll send you a link on how you can download them. Also, while you're there, check out the other free plans I have available. Okay, so let's talk about templates for a second. These are 4 different examples from the 12 templates that I offer on my website. And you'll see that these two have a lot of detail and tight turns for a 1/4 inch bit to get in. And these two are wide open. The teeth have a little bit of tight turns in here, but still plenty of space to get your router into. So my recommendation is if this is your first time using a router template, stick with something like this. And there's 2 or 3 that I offer that are very beginner friendly and easy to use. And then you can, once you're comfortable using something like this, then you can level up and do the more detailed versions of these. And you'll notice on these 2 templates, and especially on this one, there isn't much material in between the areas that you route out. So if you're not careful, you can chip out the wood in between the areas that you route. So I would say this is more an advanced version and this is a beginner version. And something like this would be an intermediate version. Nothing to be afraid of, but just a little word of advice. If you're a beginner, stick with the easy templates first. Okay, so last year I used a router bit with a bearing on it, and it worked pretty good, but I did notice that those bits busted every once in a while if they chatter too much. So I'm going to use a trim router and a router bushing to route the faces out. And so it's unplugged, safety first, and so I'm just going to pop the base off. And this is the kit I have, and I've used other kits before. The reason I like this kit is sometimes on these, I can't get the nut tight enough and it vibrates loose. But this one comes with a wrench, so you can tighten it up from the outside, and that way it doesn't come loose and it stays nice and tight. So the bit I'm going to use is a white side compression bit, 1/4 inch. And this will work with this bushing and make nice smooth cuts. Okay, then I'll take my template, and typically I'll have the paper off of it, but I'm just going to leave the paper on for now. And you don't need too much of this double-sided X-Fasten tape. So I usually do 2 pieces about an inch, inch and a half long, and I'll just cut a couple pieces off and stick them on the top and the bottom. Then just center this on the board and push down. Then I'll make sure my router depth is set correctly, which it is. It just barely goes through the workpiece. And then you'll secure this down to your wasteboard with a couple more pieces of tape, a little bit longer, and just make sure you're putting the tape on the opposite side of the template, but where your router bit won't go through and get into the tape, because that gets sticky and kind of gums up your router bit. So I usually just put a piece on the top and the bottom, and that usually stays out of the way. Then you'll need to drill starter holes for your bit, and I just use a bit that's just a little bit bigger than the router bit. And then when you route on the inside, you'll want to go clockwise around. A good rule of thumb is if you make a little gun with your finger, if you're going on the outside, that's the direction you go. If you're going on the inside, that's the direction you go. Put the bit into the hole first and seat it all the way down before you turn on your router. Otherwise, you might have a chance of accidentally routing into your template. And the same thing, turn off your router before you pull it out of the hole.
Look how quickly I can route out the eyes on this.
And just steady pressure will pull it right up. Okay, so now for the assembly, I use a little brad nailer with some 3/4 inch brad nails. If you don't have a brad nailer or brad nails, that's fine. You could hand nail this pretty easy, or shoot, you could even just glue and clamp it. It's really not that difficult. So with these 8-inch pieces, I'll take the one piece, which will be the back. I'll just put a little bit of glue. I use a GluBot, and some people use a old mustard jar. I like the GluBots because you can just, it puts it on no matter what angle you're at. You don't have to turn it upside down. All right, if the board is cupped, which this one isn't too bad, put the cup so the cup is bowed outwards. And because one of these pieces has to fit inside of it, and so if it's bowed in, this may not fit inside. So bows out. And I just match this up and throw a couple nails in it. Always wash your fingers. If you haven't nailed your finger, you haven't been living. And I'm kidding, of course, but it hurts. And luckily I've never hit bone, but always wash your fingers. Sometimes these nails can go off in different directions, and always wash your fingers. When I nail, I put it at a slight angle. That helps them hold better. Okay, now we're going to butt the face up into here like this. And so I'll just put some glue on the edge of the face. And that's going to go on there. And I'll try to do this left-handed so the camera can see it. Make sure you don't nail into one of the eyeballs or something so you see the nail. Make sure you get it into the meat of the wood. Well, after having this Bostage brad nailer for almost 30 years, I think I got this in probably 1995. Is that 30 years? It's about 30 years, 31 years. It finally stopped working. I've rebuilt it once a few years ago, and I'm not going to rebuild it again. It's done its job, and it's done it well. So I ran down, and time to get a new brad nailer. And so out with the old, in with the new. Gosh, I gotta tell you, I got this new Ridgid for about probably what I paid for this 30 years ago. With my military discount, I got this Ridgid for $89. You can't beat that. Well, other than I missed here a little bit on one, it worked pretty good. Okay, so then on the top, what we want to do is we're going to put our stem on one of these smaller pieces first. So just a dab of glue, and I just eyeball this, kind of get it in the center. And this is kind of the tricky part. You just kind of hold it, watch your fingers, and hold it in place with a brad nail. And I usually put 2 in there to hold it in place. And then some glue on the underside of this. And again, just position it just with your eyeballs. No need to get crazy and measure anything on this project. And to hide the nails, I flip it over and just put in 4 nails. And that will hold that in place. And then what we want to do is just flip that over, and that will fit right in that hole there. And then we're going to put the bottom piece on. So with the smaller pieces then, top and bottom on your lid, you can turn it upside down for storage, and it fits nicely in there, and you can stack these up, or you can just turn it upside down to display your stem, and it won't fall off. So let's throw a light in here and let's see how it looks all lit up.
So the lights I'm using this year are awesome. They have tons of different colors, and one remote can control as many lights as you want. You can set them to one solid color or have them cycle through all the colors. Even have a 30 and 60-minute timer so you don't have to worry about forgetting to turn them off and wearing out the batteries. I'll leave a link below if you want to pick these up for yourself. And if you're planning to build these jack-o'-lanterns, be sure to check out my templates at selkirkwoodcraft.com. I got these templates plus more, and I give away a lot of free plans too, so make sure to check out the plans page. Thanks again, everyone, for watching my video and all your support. I hope you have a great Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video.